Hi guys, and welcome back to Neil on Sunday podcast with me, Chris, and my smoking hot, beautiful wife who's in the middle of doing something she probably shouldn't, and all around good in bed, Rebecca.
Good in bed?
Good egg, honey.
Oh, is it good in bed? I was like, it's not that type of podcast.
It could be though. Subscribe.
Rather it wasn't.
Okay, guys, welcome back. This is episode 52. We have made it through a whole entire year.
Can I say?
Hang on, before you say anything, honey, I need to get my I can't believe that we have done something consistently for a year.
Like ADHD people, that's so hard. And I will say, it's harder and harder every single week to come up with.
It's coming up with new, fresh ideas.
It is, and we keep going, right, I've got an idea. Oh no, we've actually done that. Oh shoot. Yeah. But I'm proud of us. I think we did amazing. We've never, ever, ever missed a week.
That's the thing.
One whole year.
Yeah. And like Laura and Safira, we gifted them
They did like 2 weeks and missed a week. And this is meant to be short.
Yeah, I know. So anyway, welcome back to the pod, guys. Thanks very much for joining us for the last year. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like and subscribe. If you're listening to it in audio format, well, you can't see what's on the desk right now.
But will this go up? This will go up on that day, and that will be the 52nd one.
50?
No.
Number 52, one whole year of podcast, and it's going up right now as you listen to this. If you are listening to this on Sunday,
the 28th,
September 28th.
It is our event today.
I will be in tears, probably sweating and trying to solve all of the problems.
How is the timing worked out for that? That is crazy.
You said it in a couple of pods ago, is it going to work out? And I actually I was recording, editing the pod yesterday, and I thought...
Did you do 50 yesterday?
50 pod 50.
That is... That's amazing.
Yeah, it is wild. So, first of all, thank you so much for putting up with us, if you do put up with us. I know we talk crap a lot of the time, but it's just us. I would say, if it wasn't for this podcast, I'd probably want to leave. I'd want to leave nail order.
Wow, that's really extreme.
Because I'm a guy who doesn't speak any of their emotions, but I feel like when I come on the podcast, I just talk stuff out with you that I never ever get a chance to do. Because sometimes if I'm talking to Rebecca, let's be honest, her brain is focused on you guys, answering problems, maybe on social media, dealing with training.
And Chris does get upset.
What?
Chris does get upset that I don't pay enough attention to him.
I don't. The thing is, quite often I don't want you to pay attention. I want you to be line off so I can watch the Formula One. But yeah, you're sitting right beside me.
It's Formula One on this weekend now.
Nah.
Thank God.
Anyway, so
oh my God, my dream was about Formula One last night. So 2 Formula One drivers died in the same race.
Oh, please don't make that happen.
When was the last time a Formula One driver died in a race?
Jules Bianchi.
When was that?
2016.
They go a very long time ago. But 2 died in one race.
Oh, so let's hope that doesn't happen.
Lando was one of them.
Poor Lando.
I know.
Like him,
Lando was one of them.
I mean, he's not going to win this season, but that's another story for another day.
Lando was one of them.
Anyway, if you are listening on audio format, you cannot see what is in front of us. I'm going to come back to what is in front of us in a little second because that is the topic of today's show. Acrylic. We are launching our brand new acrylic system, and the pots and the bottles are on display for everyone to see. I would suggest that if you're not attending the event and you didn't watch the live that happened on Friday night?
Yes.
Friday night, and you have not seen these bottles, head over to YouTube, search Neil on Sunday, and you'll be able to see them in all of the glory, and also my beautiful wife in all of her glory.
Yes, so, acrylic. Can you believe it?
I cannot.
No.
I can also because I did intimate it at the start of the year. And here we go.
Can't believe it.
Well, we'll come back to that in a second. Right?
Okay.
So we are 52 weeks in of this pod, and I've got a bit of hair lying in my face. Sorry. 52 weeks of this pod, and I feel so much closer to you for doing this podcast.
Oh.
And last night, I bought one of these, a small version of one of these things. And by these, I mean my Roadcaster, which we record the pod on, a smaller version for it to stay here. And we're going to take this one to our new podcast studio. And you guys are like, whoa. We've already spoke about this before. We're moving to a new house. It won't be probably until the end of the year now, the way things are going.
Yeah.
But we're going to set up our new pod studio in our house so that we can actually get a little bit of time off.
Yeah, so that we don't have to come in here every single weekend.
Yeah.
We can still do work. We can do it from home. It's going to be so much more casual. We can literally be like on a weekday evening, be like, oh, actually, I've got an idea. Let's go do it right now.
A lot of the time we rush out of here because we have stuff to do at home, just regular stuff. Look after the dogs. You guys
do the laundry.
Yeah.
Got laundry needing done right now.
Yeah, likewise. And it's going to be easier to be able to work more from home, but still be able to come into work.
Yeah, I think it'll actually improve the content as well.
Improve the content, improve the quality of our life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Oh, I meant to bring something up for show and tell. Do you think we should do show and tell?
Is it the Mona Lisa?
It's going to be the Mona Lisa now. Stand by, guys. Stand by. In fact, if you listen in audio format, this is the perfect time to go search on YouTube.
So while Chris is away getting the Mona Lisa, I will tell you where that has come from. So we have been doing some antique shopping for the new house. The new house is bigger than our current house. We live in a relatively modest little house right now. We've lived in it for a long time, 12 years. We only plan to live there for 1 year. The house we're moving to is bigger, and we need more furniture and just things to fill it. So we have been going to antique centres oh, wow, you brought everything. That's not everything, because we got loads more stuff yesterday. Right, so the vibe of the house is going to be modern traditional, right? It's going to be relatively neutral, boring, except for one room. Wow, look at this, guys. They got to see the cable for context. Oh my God. So except for one room, which is it's going to be called the whiskey room, and that one is going to be like dark. How do you describe it? What is that, like gothic-y? It's going to be super dark.
Yeah. This is one of the things I love the most.
Jesus Christ.
I'm going to pop in front of Rebecca's face.
The barometer.
Little barometer that you would have. It's not catching it. Little barometer that you would have.
What does it say the weather is today?
On your desk. It says the same every day.
Fair.
Rain.
Well, we live in Scotland, and it is raining.
Anyway, let's get to the good bit.
Look at it. It's stunning. How old even is it? Anyway, so we went to the antique centre. Every time we go, we usually get a couple of things. Whoa, wait a minute. Look at this. The actual Mona Lisa. Signed by Mona herself. Wait a minute. Show them the signature.
Well, Mona's self-portrait. It's kind of like Andy from Toy Story has signed the back of it. But,
It is interesting, because it is actually a canvas.
Somebody's actually painted this.
It is actually painted. It said it was a print, but it's not. It's a...
Yeah, so...
Anyway, it is actually very old, but that was kind of bought as a bit of a joke. What else was in there?
We have
all my
candlesticks.
scales, candlesticks. Yeah. Anyway, yesterday we went to a new antique centre. Really, really cool one. It's also a garden centre, has all sorts of bits and bobs. And we got some really, really cool stuff there, didn't we? So essentially we have no furniture for the house, but this whiskey room, which is barely ever going to be sat in, is going to have really, really cool decorations.
Yeah, I'm most looking forward to decorating that, because we're going to colour drench it.
Colour drench it.
Dark grey maybe, dark olive, dark purple.
Dark grey? No, dark green. Dark green or dark blue.
Yeah.
Also got an amazing sideboard for free from Facebook Marketplace last week. It is so cool. It's like ebonized on the bottom. If you don't know what that means, it's like black, distressed looking. I think ebonized literally means it's like burnt.
Yeah.
And that is. So anyway, it's really, really cool. It's really, really heavy, and I just love it, and it was free. So yeah, the exciting part that happened this week was we actually got our mortgage offer documents through. So it is happening.
It is.
Just when we don't know, because we are in the worst case scenario, a chain.
Yeah, so people are buying our house or buying somebody else's. Somebody else is buying their house, and somebody else is buying their house, and we are just waiting for it all to come through.
Yeah.
It sucks.
It really does suck.
We're actually talking about this whole thing, like, could we get in just to measure up? You know, just to paint a picture. Like, you guys know I hate spending money. In our old training academy, we had this big, beautiful bench seating we had custom made for like a waiting area for like students and
the
models
living room,
and stuff
as we
like
call
that.
it.
And when we were moving out of that area, I was like, taking that, and Rebecca was like, we're never ever going to use it. We're going to reuse it in the new house, but we just need to get like some modifications done in the size of it. But that's saving us maybe $1,000, you know? And I think like we now have the opportunity to use all the stuff that I have hoarded for all these years. There we go. Anyway, that's enough about us, honey. Week 52, and we are launching acrylic.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember when I said to you at the start of the year, honey, we should really maybe start thinking about doing acrylic? And you were like, nah. And then after a few weeks...
That wasn't the start of the year, was it not the end of last year?
End of last year.
It was the end of last year.
And then a little factory visit and stuff like that.
It was like October last year.
Yeah.
Almost exactly a year ago, actually.
Just sparked little things. We at Nail Order call it Spark Boom, and it's just about somebody just talking about it constantly. Like I spoke about my vending machine, and all of a sudden I've got one, and it's making us loads of money.
Is it?
Nah.
All the prices are set to £1.45. Like everything was £1.45. We couldn't change it, so the staff wouldn't buy anything because they didn't want to spend £1.45 on a 75p clicks.
Yeah, but it's not fixed. So yeah, it's not fixed. But yeah, again, it's just let me just roll an idea out there. The way I seen you change the industry with hard gel, and the way that
you just give me way too much credit.
No, honey. Right. Okay. I'm going to be honest with you. And this exact same with acrylic. There was hard gel out there, but nobody was passionate about it like you were.
Yeah, but I don't think I'm going to do the same thing with acrylic.
Okay.
Maybe you want me to, but
well, that's what
I can't just develop. I can't develop a passion that I don't have.
That's what I was.
I mean, I just need more time with it.
Yeah, I know. I get it.
I mean, I'm probably.
We've had so much else going on this year as
oh
well.
my God, so much.
That you've not been doing everybody's nails with acrylic.
So I used to do acrylic every day, all day, every day when we first had our salon before full cover tips. So I was an acrylic gal. Very embarrassingly, might throw up some pictures. Now, please remember that these pictures are from 2012. Very, very different time. And also my skills, also excellent. I mean, they were okay. They were okay, but now just you know so much more about nails and creating a really fine, like finessed set of nails.
But back then, it was normal to have thick, chunky nails. That was regular.
They weren't thick and chunky. They were just not stunning. They just weren't up to today's standards. So please be kind when we look. Be kind.
Yeah, I do remember you doing a set of acrylic in 18 minutes.
19
minutes, start to finish, with a colour on top.
No, not with a colour on top. So 19 minutes was in two two unique circumstances. One was glitter.
Oh, yes.
Putting the glitter in.
Course, yes.
Or French tip, because I was sticking a French tip on.
Gotcha. That's what it was. Sorry, that's what it was. And it was just a case of putting a top coat on straight after that. That's all.
Off you pop.
Top coat and go.
19 minutes.
And I remember when we went to a beauty show and we seen full cover tips for the first time, and it said, express nails in 15 minutes. And you were thinking to yourself, oh, that's not
And bear
that
in mind,
fast.
none of the other girls did acrylics in 19 minutes. They would have an hour for acrylics.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably one of the reasons we introduced full cover tips, because of the simplicity of it. If you get it right, if your application method is right, it is easy and quick, you know? With acrylic, there's a craft to it.
For sure.
And I would say right now, the industry is screaming for these craft products. A little bit like when I go to the pub and there's no craft beer. I'm like, what the heck? It is a craft. And I think the reason I was going into the hard gel thing is a lot of people were craving that. You know, they were maybe using hard gel, but maybe also not. Maybe they're just using brush-on builder because everybody else was using brush-on builder, you know? A lot of people only trained in something like brush-on builder, and they didn't train or think about doing anything else, like hard gel, like acrylic and stuff like that. And I think there's a need and a want and a passion for that coming back in the industry just now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, some people just never took to full cover tips because they felt like
I was cheating.
It felt like it was cheating, for want of a better word. And it definitely is. And full cover tips are still always going to be my favourite above any other way to extend nails. Above hard gel, above acrylic. If you are extending nails, for sure, full cover tips, I just think it is so much faster. I actually think it's more aesthetically pleasing. I enjoy the process more. Yeah. You guys know I love doing hard gel, but I don't love doing hard gel over a tip or sculpting. Partially because it doesn't self-level as well, because once you're past the area of the human body, there isn't the natural heat, which helps the product self-level. So it's just a little bit more difficult. With acrylic, it is even more of an art, I would say, than hard gel. Yes. Yes. It's just very different. Very, very different.
Yeah. So when I seen the impact that you had with hard gel, because as soon as we released our hard gel and everyone was getting behind it, and then other brands started doing it as well, or
the other brands,
highlighting the fact
other
that
brands
they did
have
do it.
always had it, but they've just not really gone hard on it, I guess.
On hard gel, which we did, and we sell bucket loads of it. You know, literally bucket loads of hard gel. So I was thinking to myself, oh God, it would be good if we had that coming back with acrylic. Now, this is my honest part. For the last 6 months, I've been thinking to myself, why the heck are we wasting our time doing acrylic? Because there wasn't a buzz around it, and you couldn't really talk about it because we had this big launch. Whereas the build up to hard gel, like the launch of hard gel, you kept talking about it on YouTube videos and stuff like that.
Yeah, can't do that now because I feel like people will cotton on.
Yeah.
People cotton on now. So if I say, oh, I think acrylic's going to come back, people will be like, right, well, nail just doing acrylic. So I'm like, just being very cautious with what I say.
Yeah.
But yes, I do think it's going to come back. You this morning were saying to me that you think that you're seeing so many more people talking about
Well, that's
it.
what's leading on to. So,
But it is kind of like, if you're
are you looking for it?
Are you looking for it? You know, you're buying a new car and all you see is that model of car.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean?
So one thing I would say, and I was saying this to Rebecca this morning, as much as for the last 6 months I've kept thinking to myself, why we're wasting our time, nobody cares about acrylic. I would say for the last 6 weeks, especially around nail order groups, where you've been doing lives, people, when we're on TikTok live the other day there, people are saying, have you guys ever thought about doing acrylic?
Oh, really?
And
I am seeing it a lot more, for sure.
And all I've heard in the office recently is people saying, and again, it's probably because we know we're just about to release it, God, they're talking about acrylic. Everybody's talking about acrylic.
Yeah, there's emails coming through right now with people talking about acrylic.
It's weird.
Again, I don't know if it's because they're like, oh, we've seen eyes or whatever it is, or there's been an insinuation.
Yeah. No, we
need to start dropping our acrylic hints like probably tomorrow.
Yeah.
Are the guys even
prepped anything? Nah.
I just feel like right now everything is just a lot.
Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of how acrylic has come to nail order.
And we said we would never do it, and I am fully aware of that, and I am holding my hands up, and I am saying I'm going to stop saying never. I'm going to stop saying never.
Why did you say you would never do acrylic? I don't remember you ever saying I would never do acrylic.
Yeah, we did, because full cover tips. Why would we do it? I think it's just as you grow as a person and a brand, you realise that you shouldn't be so like pig-headed and narrow-minded. Yeah, I think it's just really important. I feel really as a person and as a brand, I feel like I've become a lot better.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I think we are in a really fortunate position that we can take something like acrylic that maybe it isn't for everyone, but we can find the best products or formulate the best products and bring it to market so that you guys all of a sudden have really good products. And it's not subpar products or products that are just bought off the shelf.
No, these are some of the best in the world. Like
absolutely.
They absolutely are.
Yeah.
You guys are going to love it.
Right. So let's talk about the actual product itself. So we can see up here, and if anyone's listening, I've got 3 little tubs/pots. Tubs or pots? These are definitely tubs, not pots.
Do you think?
Yeah.
A tub of acrylic, a pot? I don't know.
I'd say a tub.
And aren't they beautiful?
And yeah, geez, I'm going to look at that while you're looking at it as well. So
stunning.
It has a beautiful black lid with the Halo stacked logo on it. It has a big, huge font of a word powder.
A word
right in the middle saying powder, acrylic powder. It's got the little lightning bolts on the side. Do you know what the lightning bolts are for? Because ka-chow, we're bringing you acrylic powder. I don't know.
Strong.
Yeah.
Strong.
And we'll talk about the bottles in a second. So the powder comes in 3 different sizes. It comes in a 12-gram
Well,
pot.
let's talk about a little bit about liquid and powder first.
All right, go for it.
So acrylic comes in liquid and powder.
It does.
The powder is the polymer. The liquid is the monomer. And you have to mix the two together and they polymerize, much like with the gel process. So a lot of people don't realize that there is a polymerization process with acrylic, the same as there is with gel. But with your UV gel, your polymerization is kicked off with a photoinitiator, which is
spurred on by the lamp.
correct. Exactly the word I'm looking
So the
for.
photoinitiator within UV gel is within the product. And then that is triggered by the UV light.
The UV light. Obviously, with acrylic, there is no UV light. So it has an initiator or a catalyst within the product itself to make that happen. But it can only happen when the two are combined.
Two are combined. So that's why the products are separate. You've got your liquids, you've got your powder. They're completely separate. When they come together, the polymerization process, the catalyst, happens through air.
Yes.
Correct?
Yeah.
Not UV.
Not UV.
So when it's exposed,
but it's not the air. It's just when the two are combined, it happens. Kind of like
epoxy resin.
Yeah. Or when you put Mentos into Coke.
Okay. Yeah. Or
there's a chemical reaction.
Oil into vinegar? No.
No, they just separate and nothing happens with that.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So it's just a chemical reaction. The two things come together and they create something else.
Do you know what I love? See when you get EVO, extra virgin olive oil, balsamic vinegar, and a bit of bread and dip it in.
Delicious.
I'm hungry, man. Sorry, honey.
There's no chemical reaction involved in that, but
There's a chemical reaction. Trust me, honey. Right up here on this brain, it is happy.
So yeah, that is how it is. And the great thing about acrylic is it's a lot more accessible than UV gel systems for a couple of reasons. Number one, no lamp is required. So there is no barrier to entry. You know, you don't have to own the lamp that goes along with the system to make it work because there is no lamp.
We always say the biggest barrier to entry is a good lamp.
It is.
It's not just having a lamp, it's having a good quality lamp.
It's having an appropriate lamp.
Yeah.
Right. And secondly, typically, now always check with your manufacturer, typically monomers and polymers are interchangeable. So you don't necessarily need to use the monomer with the powder of the brand. But again, always check with your manufacturer. And they're very, what's the word? You can use them for lots of different things because you can also mix glitter into your powders as well, where with your gels, mixing the colours and stuff like that is not recommended because it hasn't been stability tested. But with your powders, you can absolutely mix in glitter and things like that. But again, always check with your manufacturer. This is just what's going to be allowed with ours, essentially.
Yeah.
I think something else really important to talk about is allergies when it comes to
I was going to lead on to that. And I think I remember you and I having a conversation. It must have been about a year ago. In fact, I think it was actually when we were down at the gel factory or around about then. We did a lot of car journeys because Daki was getting his hip replaced and stuff like that. And we were talking about the difference of what it is like now for allergies and what it was like 10, 15 years ago before UV curable gels.
Before the boom of UV curable gels, or UV curable gels as we know them right now, gel polished.
And we kept saying there was no such thing as allergies, but what you did have is other horror stories.
It wasn't there was no such thing as allergies. There's always been allergies, but they're nowhere near as prevalent as what they are today. And to me, for absolute certain, the reason is the UV curing aspect of the gel. That is the problem. That's in fact, full stop. That is the part, because the UV curing aspect of the gel just leaves things open to interpretation for the following reasons. The lamp. Are you using the appropriate lamp, or a lamp that can cure the gel that you're using? Are you applying the gel in the correct thickness? Do you know what I mean? Are you using the right gel for the right purpose? All of those things, you know, if the gel is not curing properly, that is why and when allergies will happen. With acrylic, because you're taking out the UV curable aspect, you get rid of all those problems.
Yeah. So to put into context, one of the things you're talking about there is something we spoke about in pods before. If you're applying a blob of gel far too thick and you're curing it for 30 seconds, 60 seconds, whatever the manufacturer has recommended, but they've not recommended it be cured that thick, what you're going to have is it's going to look cured on the outside, but on the inside, you're going to have wet monomer, right?
Yep. And it's just going to be trapped, sat on the nail.
So where does that go?
It can penetrate the nail plate depending on if the nail plate is overfiled, it's really, really thin. Maybe it's gone down to the intermediate layer where the nail is turning into the skin. But it can also sort of leach out into the surrounding skin, especially because it's trapped there. You don't have that with acrylic. Even if you wipe raw monomer onto the skin, right, which obviously we're not recommending any nail products come into contact with the skin, it's going to be washed away really, really quickly.
Yeah.
It's always recommended to wash your hands after you've had acrylic applied.
Yeah.
Because of the dust moreover than anything else. So wash it all so they're nice and ready for a nice application of your gel polish, et cetera, et cetera. So even if there is that short-term exposure, it's just that. It's very short-term and then it's immediately washed away. With that gel, with the uncured monomer being trapped there by the surrounded cured layer, it's just sort of continual exposure.
And then imagine, say for instance, you're using maybe a lower quality lamp that doesn't have high power bulbs and stuff like that. And by high power, I don't mean wattage, etc. I just mean the way it penetrates.
It's the quality of the lamp.
Yeah. So imagine you've cured this customer's hands, taken it back out, you see the non-wipe top coat, it looks immaculate and you're ready to go. However, because that lamp's not penetrating all the way through the gel, again, we're back to the exact same scenario. So you've got uncured monomers sitting within there as well. So this is something we're talking about. The user input aspect of the UV gel is the problem. And
that's not saying that it's a nail tech's fault. Absolutely not. But it is down to education from brands. Are brands putting out, like Chris said, are they putting out that information about cure thickness? Most brands don't. They just don't. So how thick are you meant to apply the product? Nobody knows. It's kind of a bit of guesswork, which is why we're always going on about build a gel. being used for extensions. It just shouldn't be, because it encourages people to apply it thicker and it's not curing. And then also the lamp as well. Whilst every brand will recommend that you buy their lamp, it's not absolutely mandatory. You know, brands aren't only selling to people who have their lamp or have an approved lamp. And for a lot of nail techs, the approved lamp is an expensive lamp. It's an expensive investment. So it can be a little bit off-putting. But again, I've said it before, I'll say it again, it's the most important piece of equipment as a UV gel nail tech that you own. So you should absolutely prioritize that above anything else.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. If it means that you can only start your business with 8 to 10 colours because you've got to invest in high quality lamp, that is so much better than starting your business with 20 colours and having a cheap, crappy lamp.
Yeah, absolutely. Because moreover, you're going to have to replace that cheap, crappy lamp quicker. You're going to have to buy new colours.
And the likelihood is you're going to have service breakdown a lot faster as well.
100%. Yeah. And I do think the biggest barrier to entry right now for most nail techs is the lamp. Because it just seems so expensive.
It does,
you know?
but it's the most important piece of equipment that you will own. It's like a hairdresser and scissors.
Yeah.
You know, a delivery driver in their van.
Yeah.
You know, it's an important piece of equipment that you absolutely need to do your job, and it should be a good quality piece of equipment that you look after and is replaced appropriately.
And the amount of times I've said this, how many times have you guys been in a night out and you've spent 150 quid? You know?
These days.
Yeah. Think about that. That's a couple of taxis, a takeaway at the end of the night, and a few drinks that are far, far too overpriced.
And maybe a meal.
Yeah. Think about
an
that.
Outfit, your makeup, your hair.
Of course.
You're forgetting about all of these things.
Oh, I am, because I'm a bloke. But yeah, 100%. So you're 150 quid. For the price of a lamp, a Lumi Spark, was 129 plus VAT.
139 plus VAT.
Oh, sorry, 139.
I mean, there's intermittent offers. Wait till Black Friday. Wait till Easter. Absolutely. But prioritise that lamp.
Yeah.
So acrylic takes away all of that guesswork of the UV curing aspect.
Indeed it does.
Now, don't get me wrong. It's absolutely imperative that you do use the correct ratio of polymer to monomer, so that it does polymerize properly. But again, it's still, the risk is much less. And
Absolutely.
it just is, factually, it is a lot less because of that. The ingredients, for the most part, tend to be very similar. When we're talking about the monomers, you know, you're talking about like, they'll contain things like HEMA or HPMA, you know, buzzwords that we see in the industry in terms of, okay, they are allergens, but the risk is just so much less.
Do you feel, I'm not going to use the S word, but do you feel more comfortable knowing, like, for instance, that's got HEMA or HPMA in it, and you're more relaxed about it compared to if you were sending gel out like that?
I don't have these concerns generally, because I know that I am using the products exactly as is designed with the correct equipment, i.e. the lamp. So I'm applying it the correct thickness and I'm using the correct lamp. So generally, what I will say, in our salon, we just didn't have a problem with allergies and things like that because of these reasons, because we were using the products. We weren't applying them thick. We weren't using builder gel for extensions, etc., etc., etc. Lamps, I will say, questionable situation with lamps, but they were replaced incredibly frequently, like every 3 months. So for me personally, I don't feel either way about it, because I haven't had like a spate of clients with allergies, but there is less risk involved for sure.
So we'll go back to the polymer and the monomer.
Mm-hmm.
The two combined. It's a bit of an art form to get the blob right, or the
bead.
The bead. I think it's a blob.
It's a bead.
To get the bead right. And if you don't get the bead right, that means the ratios are off.
Mm-hmm.
And realistically, you can probably tell that because you swipe it on a paper towel before, you know, you would practice on a paper towel before, you know. You probably wouldn't apply it then to a client.
Well, I wouldn't. No, if I picked up a bead that was too dry,
dry.
I'll see it all, and it's going to be a nightmare to work with. So I'm not going to use it. I'm just going to wipe it on my paper towel. Exactly the same if it's too wet. Occasionally, you know, you will use one that's a tiny bit too wet, but typically you're just going to wipe it away because you're going to be like, no, that's just going to be a nightmare to work with. So yeah, you know, as an acrylic tech, you know.
You get that feel.
You do. You
that
get that
craft,
feel.
that feel, you know. And if you don't know what you're talking about, two things. Probably get yourself good education if you are thinking about doing acrylic. But before you do think about doing acrylic, go watch a couple of YouTube videos.
Oh, for sure.
You know, just to see what we're talking about if you've never worked with acrylic before. But yeah, it's about getting the ratios right on your brush, you know, and you're less likely to apply it to a client if it's not right.
Yes.
So if it's too wet, if it's too dry, you're probably going to wipe it away and start again.
Yes.
So again, that risk element of overexposure with different monomers and stuff like that is slightly less because you, as a qualified nail tech and somebody who doesn't want to have to start all over again, isn't going to apply it to a client.
It's true.
You know?
It's true.
And that's something that I know, being, I'm going to say, not qualified in any way in acrylic, but being an experienced acrylic tech.
You have done acrylic?
I have done acrylic
but
as
not
well.
for a very long time.
Oh God, I can't. Do you know what? As soon as we get finished, I want to actually get on.
Do you?
Yeah, I'm buzzing to try it. Yeah.
So like 12 years at least since you've done it.
Yeah.
So yes, let's talk about our monomer.
Okay, let's go for it.
So, for those of you who don't know, monomers come in loads of different varieties.
So monomer is the liquid part.
Monomer is the liquid. L and P, liquid and powder. Monomer is the liquid part. Comes in lots of different varieties, and that's in terms of all sorts of things. So you have ones that have HEMA, ones that are HEMA-free, ones that are EMA-based, you have ones that are MMA-based. We don't want to really be using MMA-based ones. They tend to be, they are a lot more sensitizing on the skin, hard to soak off, a bit of a nightmare, not great. So ours is EMA based, ours is also HEMA free. And they also come in different speeds. Now, when I was first like, okay, deciding what we were gonna do, I was like, right, we're definitely gonna order more fast because people will want more fast. I like fast. I like fast setting, right?
Yeah.
Forgetting that I hadn't done acrylic in 10 years. So I was no longer experienced, could no longer do them in 90 minutes, and I'm essentially just a beginner again. So when it came to using the fast, especially over the summer, when we were ramping up our trials in terms of like the content and just getting back up to speed, I was like, why? Slow is my friend. But luckily the weather has changed, so now the fast one will be fine. Yeah. So yes, we are offering it in both Pro Speed, which is faster setting, and Standard, which is slower setting. Still not slow, but it's like a slower medium. Nice.
Yeah,
nice
it's
and
a
nice.
good intermediate, I would say.
It is.
I would say that you have done it well because what you've done is you have done this. The slower one, the standard setting one, is good for people who have done acrylic before. You know?
Well, the speed one is good for experience.
Even if you're new, I think the slow one is still a good speed to get you up to scratch. You don't want a slow setting one because that's when things start.
That one is
slip
slower,
up.
but it's not super slow.
That's what I'm getting at. And then you've got the Pro Speed.
Yeah,
and
it's not like instant fast, but it is a lot faster.
Yeah, you can tell that's designed for people seasoned acrylic techs.
Yeah,
you know.
So those are the two. They are available in two sizes. So we have the 100ml for you to sort of test it out, and then we have the big 500ml for those who are doing acrylic all the time.
Yeah. And I'm going to ask a stupid question. Oh, I can see a scrunkle face already.
I want to say the big one's 35. I might be lying.
35 sets?
Oh, sorry. I thought you were going to ask about mount. Oh, no. Way more than 35
exactly,
sets.
Yeah.
Jesus, I don't know how many sets.
Loads, 100 sets.
I don't know. Yeah, loads.
Yeah. Loads of sets.
That's again for a nail type to work out because what length of nails are they doing?
100%. Yeah. More likely you're going to be doing probably slightly longer nails than you are going to be other ones.
Yeah.
So let's go on to your powder, your your polymer.
Polymer powder.
Polymer powder.
Liquid monomer.
Powder. Like the little lightning bolts. See, I said ka-ching earlier.
That's very Powerpuff Girls, isn't it, this actually?
Powder.
Pow.
Yeah. Powder.
Yes, so we are starting with 8. The opera better be here. But anyway, we were starting with 8.
Hopefully starting with 8.
Oh.
Potentially starting with 8. Around a 7 or 8.
7 or 8 different options for the colours. So we have...
everyone's just been like, what, there's colour?
Yeah, so it's not colour. I don't love coloured acrylic. So when we're talking about coloured acrylic, like proper like red or blue or black, I find it a little bit grainy. I'm saying never say never, right? But at this point in time, we'll see where it goes. I don't love it because I don't feel the finish is as deep and sumptuous as it is with a gel polish finish. A gel polish finish it's just a lot deeper in colour. I always find it just to be a little
washed out.
Yeah, when it comes to acrylic colour. Don't get me wrong, there's definitely good uses for it when it comes to nail art and things like that. But not in love with it. So we have got, of course, clear. We have got, of course, white. The one I am question marking isn't going to be here in time is natural white. Fantastic for a baby boomer or French ombre.
The white is bright white.
Bright white, perfect for French.
French, absolutely.
Which is why that one only comes in one size, and that is the middle size 45 gram one, because there's no point in doing it in a great big size because you're not doing full white.
Yeah.
So we have the white, we have the clear, we have the natural white, which is that sort of milky white. And then we have 5 shades, like sort of cover nudes and then slightly more sheer ones. Really, really stunning.
Yes.
Really, really stunning.
And let's talk about sizes. So we've got the small little 12-gram pot, which
Great
is
for
an
just-
ideal tester. Or if you, for instance, why do we not do the white in that?
Because I can't really remember.
In hindsight, that's probably quite a good idea. Welcome to the podcast, guys. A year in and we still don't know what we're doing. We also have the 45-gram pot, which all colours come in that.
Yes.
And then we have your big boys, your 150-gram
And
pots.
all colours come in that except for the white.
Except for the white.
Yes.
Realistically, I don't think you're going to be doing tons of French, and that's why Rebecca's like, there's no point
Well,
doing
it's
the
because
150.
you will maybe do a lot of French, but it's only a very small area.
It's very true.
It's not the whole nail, so
Sorry, that's what I meant.
yeah, it's just kind of pointless. But well, again, we'll see what the customers demand of us. We're very much led by you guys, so we will see.
We did at one point discuss 500-gram pots, because when we had the salon,
Yes,
we had the 500-gram
jar. I'm looking at this thinking, oh my god, actually, I have so much to do in terms of like for the website.
Oh yeah.
Let me just write things down.
Whilst you've written things down, I'll just talk about the packaging. Right, so I keep saying powder puff girls. So your powder comes in a little jar, black top with big powder writing on it. And I do think it's one of the best packaging we've ever had. See when this is on the
It's
shelf?
beautiful.
It is beautiful. Now, here's a story for you guys. We were in Bologna at a big trade show earlier this year. And the pot supplier was there. And we thought, we'll go say hi, meet in IRL, and stuff like that. We walk in, we say hi, we discussed a couple of things that we're doing the pots. I don't think she remembered who we were or could focus on who we were, because it wasn't the lady you've been dealing with. And Rebecca said something about pots, and I said, oh, like the ones behind you. And Rebecca turns around and our pots are there. And it was the first time we'd seen them.
In real life.
And I'll be honest with you, I get that fizz, that buzz, that standing up on your...
They're stunning. They're absolutely stunning. I love them.
Beautiful pots.
Very.
Then
The bosses.
let's contrast it with these things
Now,
here.
don't get me wrong, the one that Chris has in his hand, the black label,
Beautiful.
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 But we never wanted to have the silver bottles because I don't like them. But
So
Chris
we
will-
set out on a mission
Yes, we did.
a long time ago, like we do with everything, to make excellent quality products, but also you guys love packaging. And Rebecca, I'll be honest with you, Rebecca loves designing the packaging. Not necessarily designing on a computer all the time herself, but
No, it's Sam's job now.
yeah. But I mean, I see the fizz that you're like,
I just
let's
love
get
it
the
when
best packaging.
it's really beautiful. And I know that you guys really expect high quality when it comes to packaging
Yeah.
these days. So I just love it and I'm like, oh yeah, look at that. It looks so good.
So the bottle shape would have been the same.
Yes.
The colour?
No.
Not quite.
Chris,
So
flash up on screen what happened.
yeah, so we had these beautiful pink powder coated bottles of our liquid, and they were beautiful, absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
Up until they were filled with a highly corrosive material, which is monomer. It's not highly corrosive, but to the paint it definitely was, and it just basically started to melt it.
It did. So that was a very expensive business mistake.
Yeah,
It's not really my fault. It's a three-way fault, this one.
yeah. The thing is, the people who are printing the bottles for us should be like, whoa, that's
Who manufacturing the bottles? Yeah, they should. They should
like,
know that only certain things can go in that
liquid
and double check.
shouldn't go in it based on that. And then also when it gets to the factory and they're filling it, they should be like, we've never filled this before because of...
Or can we double check your bottles?
Yeah.
Anywho, big disaster, big expensive disaster. But what I will say is the black label, I think, actually looks a lot nicer than the pink bottles.
Yeah, I think
looks
it
so
gives
good.
us better scope to redevelop these better in future. And I know you're already working on that.
Yeah, I'm trying to work out what's the best thing to do.
Yeah.
But
I was going to lead on to something there and I forgot what it was. Damn, I think it was probably quite important as well.
was it?
Damn. Oh, no. Was it, how many bottles did you get? Was it 10,000? 1,000 bottles?
It cost us $13,000.
Wow, that's a big mistake. Wow, that's a big mistake. $13,000.
And
up the Swanee. So you guys need to
We're
buy
going to have
this.
to pay to dispose of them. We can't expect them to dispose of them.
Yeah. So up the Swanee. So you guys are going to have to buy this just to keep us in a job. We're going to get sacked from our own company because of the mistakes we're making. But honey, I'll be honest with you. In all of the years that we've been in business, we've not made that many mistakes. Like, not catastrophic
No.
like that, because that was catastrophic.
It's not catastrophic. It's catastrophic. It's not catastrophic, but it's really not good.
Yeah.
But no, we have been relatively okay.
And do you like how we're laughing about it? We weren't laughing at the time.
I mean, what can you do?
Yeah.
You just got to pivot. You just got to find a way to fix it. That's all you can do.
And I do think that is something that you and I are very good at.
We are very good at it.
I remember what I was going to talk about. So, our factory, you guys might know this, might not, sometimes can be a bit kind of like Rebecca and I, squirrel. And when things happen, they get sidetracked and they maybe send us stuff that we don't need. But also, they don't always send us stuff that we do need on time. So, when we were down there putting like pen to paper, we're going to take this is what we're going to do. Chris was at that meeting and he said to the guys, look, I'm going to need this for July 1st because we're going to launch it soon after that. Now, they didn't know we were going to launch it.
Was it July 1st? No, it was the end
July 31st, sorry. Yep. July 31st. They didn't know we were going to launch it at the September event.
Yeah.
So
we knew what they're like.
I was giving ourselves that bit of leeway. Now, they started filling this. I think it was like around about our birthday weekend. So round the mid to end of July.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when the problem started. Now, if we had said, just make sure we've got it for the start of September, we would never have had enough time to get both labels redone and all that sort of stuff, bottles, all that sort of stuff. So thankfully, that was a pivot that we could afford. So if you guys are listening and thinking to yourself, oh yeah, I'll give somebody a deadline for such and such. Always just give yourself extra time.
Always.
It's like moving into this house. We were thinking, we're going to be moving at the end of September.
No, I never knew. I never thought the end of September. I thought the beginning of October.
It's not going to be. It's going to be
beginning of November.
Yeah, we're going to be on holiday and then come back, and I still won't be done. Yeah. So yeah, thankfully that was something that we could avoid the crisis because of that. So we're getting better at that. And again, it's just about learning lessons. Always be learning. A good pilot is always learning. It's a YouTube thing I watch. So that is our acrylic in all of its form.
What else comes with the acrylic?
Well, here we go. So this is something I want to talk about because I was looking at them the other day. I was playing with the brushes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that Kolinsky brushes were actual animal hair.
Mm-hmm.
So can you please tell me and the rest of the people at home, guys, let into a secret. We actually recorded this podcast last week, but my MacBook stopped working halfway through it. So I've already learned about Kolinsky brushes, and this is why I'm bringing it up. But I want Rebecca to tell you guys about the little moles that they come from.
They're weasels. So yes, a lot of nail techs don't realise that your Kolinsky brush, which is the gold standard in acrylic, and we all know that it makes acrylic application so much more pleasant. Great for acrylic application, Kolinsky brushes. However, a lot of people don't realise that Kolinsky brush is made of animal hair. It is made from hair from the tail of the Siberian weasel.
Siberian weasel.
And the way that the hair is harvested can be cruel and inhumane.
Am I right in saying they don't kill the animal for
I don't know, but there is hunting. There is hunting and stuff for it. So I can't. For sure, sometimes it will be. They will be killed. So either way, not humane. And for us as a brand, it was not worth giving up our vegan status for an acrylic brush. The thing is with acrylic brushes is they're very, very personal to nail techs. So a nail tech might already have their preferred brand or their exact nail brush, and they're never going to buy another one from us. Well, they'll buy another one, but it'll always be that one because they love it so much. And for us, we thought, what's the point in giving up that vegan status for something that is just a tiny, tiny, tiny part of our business? So instead, ours are made of Kolinex, which is a synthetic hair, which is designed to mimic the real hairs, the natural hairs. But yeah, it was just important to us.
Would you say that out of everything, a seasoned acrylic tech could use probably any monomer, could probably use any powder, but the brush, that's personal to them?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah?
They'll be able to use any brush, but it's about just preference.
Yeah. So we do have our Kolinex brushes.
And they're available in sizes 8 through 14.
So it's 8, 10, 12, 14. That's the ratios you got. And it just basically just the thickness, thicker. Yep. When you were applying acrylic back in your day, you used to use the 3-bead method, was it? Or
no, one
you were
bead.
Just one bead.
Always one bead.
But that's really what it comes down to is the size of brushes depends on the application and vice versa. Is that right?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah. Do you know what? I've actually not watched any YouTube videos on acrylic, and you can tell what I'm going to do on my Sunday after this is I'm going to be watching that, because in a couple of Sundays I'm going to be working at the event when you guys are listening to this.
Have you edited the pod?
I've not, because every time I go to get it from your phone, we need to download it because of iCloud storage, etc.
Excellent.
But I am.
I know that fly. Why? How can they live here? There's nothing in here for them.
But you say there's nothing in here. Saphira.
No.
Everybody listening in audio format.
Saphira, I let you have that.
There's a snake in my boots. I've just pulled out a jelly snake at the head of a jelly snake.
Saphira
come up here the other day to record the podcast with this hanging out her mouth. She was like a cat with a worm. Is that cats have worms? A
Not
bird
really.
with a worm hanging out of her mouth. And I was like, cheekbones, let's sit down, let's do this podcast. She dumped it to the side, and it's been in here ever since.
Wow.
And the fruit flies have been.
And we call Laura messy. I am very upset.
Yeah, there you go, Saphira. Back to you, honey.
Yes, back to it. So yes, brushes, they are synthetic. If you have never tried acrylic before, just start using it. That's fine. You'll be fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
like Rebecca said, it's not worth it for us to change our business just for a brush.
Nope.
Not worth it.
Absolutely not.
Just like we wouldn't do it for something else like a dapping dish.
We have the most stunning
I
dapping
didn't mean
dishes.
to bring them up.
They are beautiful.
Rebecca's looking, she's swan necking to see if they're up here. I mean, there's tons of new products right over there,
My
but
pink one was
why don't you get that stuff over there? That stuff and that stuff. Okay, so we thought we had a dapping dish up here to show
They're
you.
really stunning. They are beautiful glass with a lid. They're available in pink and in black. They're just to die for.
So the dapping dish you would use for both the liquid and the powder?
I mean,
or would
you could.
Probably just the liquid.
Yeah. Or if you wanted to mix like a glitter powder or something like that, you could. It would be worth having two.
Yeah. Are we going to sell them individually and as pairs?
Just individually, I think.
Okay. How much are the dapping dishes?
I can't remember.
Are they expensive? Because, I mean, they look expensive. They look spenny.
I mean, they won't be cheap, but
okay.
they are really, really good.
Yeah.
And we've also got a whole range of mini tips, half tips.
This is something that has been on our shelves,
for a long time.
For a long time, yeah. So we're going to be introducing XL Stiletto half cover tips.
Yep.
So they're long.
Mm-hmm.
Why did we go with stiletto and not almond, which is the flavour of the month right now?
Because it's really easy to turn a stiletto into an almond.
But less.
I mean, it's easy to do the other way as well. It's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
But you don't really get like really long almond.
Yeah, you don't. So we have square, we have stiletto, and we have lots of little mini half covers.
Mini tips are so
These
cute.
things are
They're adorable, aren't they?
Weird, if I'm honest with
They're
you.
so cute. The boxes are adorable. So they're teeny, teeny, tiny tips. And it's just so much less wastage because so often you're sticking on long tips and cutting them right down.
Yeah.
These are just like, boom, straight
This
on.
was one of the... Oh, actually, you guys probably... I don't know, cast your mind back to, I think it was February, when our tip cutters came into the warehouse and we started selling them right away. And yeah, that was one of the first things that we got in for acrylic. So that just goes to show how long ago we've been working on it. But yeah, so like Rebecca said, back in the old school days, you would have the little half well tips. You would stick them on. You would ask the customer what size you want. You would cut them down to that size. But with these little mini tips, that takes out all the waste.
It takes out so much waste.
Also, storage space. Because the boxes are
teeny.
tiny.
They're really cute, aren't they?
Yeah. And you have them in both French and clear, is that
We
right?
have a couple of them available in French.
Right.
I think we've got the round and maybe Squoval available in French.
And the shapes are flipping weird, honey.
What do you mean weird?
Well, you have round,
Uh-huh.
you have squoval, you have square.
Uh-huh.
Do you have tapered?
Square, yeah.
Yeah. And
The round is like is a semi-almond, so it's very easy for them to be either or.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say a lot of them are kind of like in between shapes that can
yeah,
be.
for sure.
Talk to me about the tapered square.
Just so they're not such like a bum.
Duck feet, duck egg.
It's not.
Duck
It's
feet.
not. Then they're just proper square. They're just in no way tapered, which I know a lot of techs really, really like.
Yeah.
But then we've got what I would consider to be a more modern square, which
Yeah.
is
Slightly
tapered.
tapered. And I remember when you used to do the acrylics, quite often they would be quite, let's call them square at the very end, and then you would have to refine it down. I think this just takes that element out of it. Because one thing I want to go on to is when you're applying acrylic, especially to begin with, you might have a lot of refining to do. So Rebecca's taken a lot of the guesswork out of it by having these unique shapes that make your life a little bit easier.
Oh, and I've just remembered something that I said that I was going to try when we recorded last week, and
Indeed.
it's not heard the light of day. I need to try that. The French ones are really, they're really cute, and I think we could do some multiple things with them. Let me write that on my list. This list is getting longer and longer. French.
Do you guys ever have like a deadline for something and you just paddle along like nothing's happening?
Yes.
Then the deadline's getting closer and closer and closer, and then you start freaking out and doing everything in weird and random.
This is
times
us
and
right
days.
now.
Yep, that's us.
Literally. So what else would go along with acrylic? Training, education. It is not something that's going to launch with acrylic, but we hope that it'll launch soonish after.
Okay.
I would hope before the end of the year we can get.
I think when it comes to education, twofold on a lot of things. Because Rebecca hasn't been quite as confident in acrylic, it's taking you a little bit longer to get around to doing the educational aspect
because
of
I'm trying to get myself back up to speed to be able to make the nice content that is required for it.
And the number two part is there's just not enough hours in a day.
There really, really isn't. And it's also trying to work out exactly what we want to do with an acrylic course when it comes to in-person, because it's a very different beast. It should probably be over more than one day. It's all a bit difficult. So
it's very hands-on as well. And I don't know if you guys remember, our old pal Lucy Pastorelli was up with us a couple months ago now actually. And Lucy is a seasoned pro at acrylic, and she was up doing a little bit of refresher training with you guys.
Yes.
Talk to me about Lucy's method of application and stuff like that. Is she one bead?
She does both. One or two. Two is the sort of main one these days rather than three.
But three was a thing, wasn't it?
It was definitely a thing, yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Again, YouTube this, guys. Bead application. I'm going to do it when I go home. There's no Formula One, so I may as well do something constructive.
So two or one. That's what we were looking at.
So I would say if it's your first time doing acrylic, I would probably go for a face-to-face course with it. And as much as I don't like doing face-to-face courses because I think I know better than everybody and I'm better off just sitting behind the keyboard, I do think you need that somebody watching over your shoulder and being like, it's too wet, that's too dry, these are the problems, you know? So you think probably 2026 for face-to-face courses?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah. In online, I've written the bulk of it, I would say.
In terms of the online, do you think that's more for somebody who's either seasoned in acrylic and just wants a bit of a refresher? Or do you think that's maybe somebody who's done acrylic in the past, maybe at college?
Yes, that person, I would say.
And
that
that's
person.
what because quite often you do acrylic at college, but they don't teach you anything else. They don't teach you builder, they don't teach you full cover tips, but they'll teach acrylic.
I know, it's wild.
Okay,
I would say somebody who's not done it in a long time. Maybe they only ever did it at college, and they never practiced it. Yeah. Perfect for an online course.
Perfect for an online course.
Yeah.
Excellent. I'm keen to see that up and running soon.
So am I. So am I.
Do you want to tell the people at home what happened?
With what?
You wrote most of the course and then it disappeared off the
Oh,
computer.
that was, really, really fun. So I wrote a lot of the course. I'd started writing the course, right? I started writing the course on a Word document.
Which is wild to me because
I just wanted it all in one place, right?
a letter to your pen pal should be the only thing you're writing in a Word document these days, honey.
And then I don't know what happened, but my computer must have done like a software update, reset something, and it's gone. And usually Chris can find something, like recover it, completely gone, completely.
The things I've recovered this week. But that just wasn't gone. It's either, and the thing is, Rebecca doesn't save it as acrylic course. She saves it as document 5.
No, I swear I did. Anyway, so that's definitely set me back a bit.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just a lot. I would really like to try and get it out by the end of October.
Black Friday?
Yeah.
In advance of Black Friday?
Try my very best.
Okay. And if you guys are thinking, I quite fancy acrylic art, I'm not too sure about it. In the next few weeks, what you're going to find is it's going to show up in your feed, because not only people are going to buy it from us and they're going to be trialing it, other people are going to come out the woodwork. Other brands are going to be like, oh, well, actually, we do really good acrylic. And it's just natural. We completely appreciate that. It's kind of like when people come out the woodwork for full cover tips. We will do some sort of sale, something wild.
Do we?
Not so much now.
I feel like we don't even pay attention anymore.
Yeah. So I am keen for this, and I'm keen for you guys to see it at the event. Now, if you are listening to this podcast before you come to the event, then first of all, what are you doing?
Maybe.
Get ready.
Maybe they're on the train right now to the event.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Bring Chris a roll of sausage.
Oh my God. Maybe they are. Like, what time does this go up on a Sunday morning?
It actually goes up at midnight.
Okay, so literally, somebody might be traveling to the event right now If you are, please comment below.
Do you know what? You could actually be flying from New York listening to this podcast because it would go just the time difference. They'll get it at 7 p.m. They'll jump on a flight, overnight flight to the UK. Nobody is actually coming from America. But
No,
it could
they're really
happen.
not. Yeah, so if you are traveling from the event right now, please leave us a comment below.
Yeah.
But we're very excited for the event. But I'm also I'm nervous about the acrylic launch. I'm less nervous about it now than I was before.
Do you have, like, in your head, because we've obviously been working, like, planning things in our head for where things are going to go at the event. Do you have an acrylic station? Maybe we should do that.
Well, Monday, tomorrow is all event stuff. Maybe
we should have, like, a desk where somebody can sit down and do acrylic. Even just play about with it. You don't think?
The smell.
The smell?
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. See the reminiscence of the smell. Now, it's been in our office quite a lot recently, and even when a pallet came in the other day, I was like, oh, God, it takes me back. It's kind of like, you know, when it's like a cold morning and an old vehicle drives by and it reminds you of your childhood. That's kind of what it's like for me. Now, granted, it's going to be a different story when you've got it in your salon and it's giving you a sore head, but that's just the nature of the beast. That's because, well, that's just the way things are. But if I'm honest with you, I think, where do you see this being set up in a nail tech's life?
What do you mean?
Well, most nail techs are going to be doing builder a lot, you know, gel polish a lot, hard gel for the
this is the
occasional
thing.
customer.
Yes, we were guided by customers, but honestly, now I do believe that there is a place for acrylic for certain clients. Those certain clients that are just so hard on their nails, they're prone to lifting. It's just that almost indestructible nature of acrylic.
Yeah.
It is so much harder. I've got it on some of my nails right now, and it's been on for 6-7 weeks. It is pretty indestructible. It feels very different though. It's funny. Yesterday I was like feeling on my nails because I've got Ciner gel, hard gel, builder gel, acrylic, a little bit of everything, right? And I'm just like feeling how they feel different on my nails. They feel different.
Yeah.
There is absolutely zero give whatsoever.
All right.
There's nothing I'm feeling right now.
Would you say that they're more likely to trauma though, if that is the case?
I mean,
not really, because they're quite hard.
I mean, yeah.
What's going to give first, the acrylic or your nail?
Yeah, scary.
Yeah.
But yeah, they feel different. I just think there is a place for, there's just some clients who could really do with it.
And I think in the age of a prescriptive manicure, more than ever, having the array, the small array of a lineup would be sensational for most.
We should always be treating our nails as jewels, not tools.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that people do.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
This might get taken out because it might not be allowed in the pod. Could you use that for toenails?
I would never, ever put that on a healthy toenail.
Why?
Because it is so hard. You would never put hard gel. You should never put builder gel on a toenail either.
What would you put on a toe?
And nothing more than Ciner gel.
Ciner gel, okay.
Ciner gel, gel polish, Ultima gel, Flexi gel, like a rubber base.
Something that's got some give.
Got some give.
Because your toenails
it is just going to cause real trauma because they're in shoes and you're walking and stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah, absolutely
and
not.
if you need to reconstruct it though?
You could use it for reconstruction. Again, if you can try and protect the skin from the application, I would recommend that. But again, it's going to be relatively temporary.
I mean, asking for a friend, right, who's maybe got 3/4 of a toe.
Oh, for fudge's sake.
Who's actually getting his toenail back. It's not coming back in a nice colour or shape. But, I mean, could you use that just to like get it going a little bit? Or would you still go with full
I would
covered hip?
still always try and protect the skin using a foam or something like that. But yeah, you could, but only on a damaged toenail that ain't coming back. That's what I'm going to say.
Okay, so I know what we're doing after this, guys.
Why are you so annoying?
You guys know the story. We're always honest with you guys. You guys know the story. I applied builder gel to my toe during the pandemic because Rebecca was doing stuff, and a couple of weeks later I can remember saying to Rebecca, "Oh, have you seen my toenail?" She was like, "What's wrong with that?" And I was like, "No, have you seen it? Because it's not attached."
We both lost our toenails.
Yeah.
But except yours has come back and mine haven't.
It is, and it's surprising.
Mine have not come back. Mine are gone.
Surprising.
Permanently. Forever.
Okay, honey. So I think it's probably best that we get this show wrapped up because we have got so much to do. Honey, I just want to say, for the last year, I have had the best time recording this pod with you, and I can't wait to do another year with you.
I'm just really nervous about what we're going to speak about.
I mean, if you guys want us to talk about something, please leave a comment.
Please give us an idea.
Please give us an idea. But
we're going to have to start going around in circles.
And let's finish off the show in the same way that we do every week by saying, honey, what are we doing for the rest of the day?
I think we're going to do another episode. We have to. because we had to re-record this one from last week. So we'll do that. I've got all this list of stuff that keeps getting longer and longer and longer. I want to pack up some boxes from the house today.
Yeah, I was thinking I might get some garage stuff done. Because
I'm going to do my bedroom.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you guys. Like when we were selling the house, it was mid-July. I remember packing all of my clothes into boxes so that the house looked nice. All my winter clothes are in there. This morning, like right now, it's 13 degrees Celsius. This morning, well, it says in my watch 6 degrees Celsius. I was out shorts, t-shirt, jacket this morning, and I thought to myself, "Holy smokes!"
Have you left any jumpers or anything out?
I've got a couple of jumpers. I know.
We're going to have to unpack these boxes.
Unpack my winter clothes, but then we're going on holiday. So there's all the summer. Do you know what I'm better off doing? Washing all my clothes. Of course, not at the time to wash my clothes, but wash all my clothes, put them into a suitcase for going on holiday. Summer clothes, and then just get some winter clothes out. It's quite clever, actually. Quite clever. I might actually do it today.
Great.
No Formula One, so I've got nothing to do apart from learn all about acrylic. And
I'm feeling a little overwhelmed, I have to be honest. The amount of stuff.
What are we going to cook for dinner tonight? Or what are we going to order for takeaway tonight?
I don't know. What do you want?
I'm craving tacos. I know, it's weird because, okay, we're getting way off topic now, but Rebecca and I have this dating app. It's not Tinder or anything like that, but it's like dating for each other. What's it called? Paired?
Paired.
And it asks you a series of questions every day. And I answer about Rebecca and she answers about me, and it just gives me a better understanding about her. She already knows about me. She doesn't care. Give a rat's ass. One of the questions today was if it was your last meal, and it just gave you all these emojis. One was a cheeseburger, one was a hot dog, one was a salad, one was a pizza, and one was taco. Now, I answered. I can't tell you about you because you're going to answer later. But
do we have any chili left from last night?
Yeah. Oh, wait to tell you about that, chunky boy. Oh. Anyway, so I just...
you better not have any because it's really spicy.
I just felt like tacos. Maybe we could go out for tacos today. Maybe we could just screw this package up and go to that place in Glasgow that we took Millen.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, Fat Boy. Oh,
Fat Boy is Dakota. He has put on weight.
So...
do you want to tell everybody why he's put on weight?
There's a combination of a couple of things, right?
Yes,
it's mostly French fries. But... because he's getting to 2 years old, he's filling out just naturally.
No, he has done his filling out, but then over the last 3 weeks, he's now getting chonk.
Bernarditos are just naturally a bit girthier, but he was really skinny because of his operation, and I think because
he was skinny because of his operation, but then he put on a couple of kilos with his muscle and everything, and got to where he was meant to, and then now he's just fat.
Now he's just good value. He's good value for money. He is good value. That's actually quite good saying, isn't it? Somebody's a bit chubby, they're good value.
Get a lot for your money.
A lot for your money. And recently, like Rebecca and I love these air fryer French fries you can get. It's great for a snack when you can, well, not a snack, for dinner.
it's not French fry snacks.
It's full dinner. If we are home late, which we are more and more now because Rebecca keeps making us work late on the office, it's quick and easy just to like throw these French fries in.
Yeah, we usually make our own chips, but we just don't really have the time.
And the dogs love these bloody French fries.
Yeah, but they shouldn't be having French fries.
They shouldn't. I can't remember. I think we dropped one on the floor and Daki was straight in, and then Bailey was looking for one, so we gave Bailey one. And
now when we say that Chris is giving the dogs French fries, he's giving them like one.
Yeah,
it's not. They're not getting a bowl of French.
a bowl of French fries drenched in vinegar and salt.
No, they're getting one French fry, but nonetheless, that has definitely contributed to the situation.
Right.
So what happens to
Bailey's fine, but
Bailey is, but Bailey is like only eats 3 days a week. So
okay. So last night Rebecca says, "Oh, I would really like something warm and cozy and homely."
So I had 3 options. The options were chili con carne, which I was going to make,
mince and potatoes, or chips, pies, and beans.
Or something with cauliflower cheese. Right, these are all really weird things that we never ever eat on the regular.
I love cauliflower cheese with a gammon steak.
Yeah, so I mean, I actually prefer it with sausages.
Ah, yeah, I mean, I guess. But anyway.
A Bramley apple sausage. Oh,
God, yuck. Anyway, so last night we made chili, and there was, whenever we, if I'm honest with you, eat less and less these days. So there was so much left over, and Rebecca was like, we can save that for lunch. I thought, great idea. So I put it into an old takeaway container and left it up on the surface, the worktop, to cool down. Before I was going to bed last night, I put the lid on it, but I didn't put it in the refrigerator. The small and chunky boy is so tall, like a human bear. All of a sudden, I was doing stuff on the laptop, sitting at the dining table, and I look over, and he's pulled that chili con carne container, chili con carne container, off the worktop onto the floor, and he's nuzzling into it. And I'm like, oh man. So
Did he get some?
He did get some because he was walking about going.
No, it's really spicy.
When I took him for a walk before we, yeah, there's a good chance we're going to go home and there's going to be poo on the floor. I'm just going to tell you this. Welcome to episode 52 of the Nail on Sunday podcast.
He's such a greedy boy. Like, he's so greedy. When we're having our dinner, we'll be sat at the table and he'll be voofing to get something. So last night he was voofing for coriander. I was like, he loves green things. Like anything green, he loves it. So I thought, I wonder if he liked coriander. Checked it was not toxic to dogs. It's not. Gave him a piece of coriander. He was like, I thought, God, for a dog to like something that's so like intense flavour. So then I was
loves peas, green beans.
Loves peas are his absolute favourite. Yeah. Anything green, he loves it. Anyway.
Yeah. So that was the chunky boy this morning. Good value boy. He's going to have to go on a diet like we all are.
He has to go on a diet.
2 weeks before this event, I need to go on a diet as well. Okay, honey. So, yeah, thanks for doing the podcast with me. You make me feel so much better. I just feel so much better as a human than I did this time last year.
Really?
This time last year, I felt terrible.
Really?
No, I didn't actually. Take that back. 2 or 3 years ago, before that, I was really, really just sad.
Yeah, you were.
Just lots of bad things.
Yeah.
You know, now, not so bad. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's bad things happening
There
all
is
the time.
bad things happening, but
it's just like a bad thing happens, fire extinguisher, fight that fire and get on with it.
Try our best.
Yeah. Ain't nothing gonna hold us down.
I'm glad that you're much happier.
Yeah, and it's mostly because of you.
Oh.
Yeah. And mostly because of Chunky Boy. Because he fills me with happiness.
What about Bailey Bear?
Bailey stinks.
Oh!
No, he doesn't. He does. We met a little, we're going really off topic. We need to get out of this.
We need to get out of here. Let's get out of here.
Okay, honey, on that good value note, could you please get us the heck out of here?
As always, guys, be sure to like and subscribe, and be sure to share this on your stories to be in with a chance of winning a £50 voucher. Share it in your stories and tag us.
Tune in on Sunday, all the tea getting spilled. Nail text, talking game, keeping it real, y'all gon' feel. From designs to the drama, every secret they reveal. Stay sharp, stay tuned, man, you know it's the deal.